I talked about getting extra certification for doctors that are willing to practice in Canada the last time, and that came with lots of questions. And I remember telling a story of how I got stuck during the time I was writing my thesis. And I want to share that journey because of the questions that came from it. As a doctor, sometimes you may need to know that you are applying or want to be ahead of others or have upper hand. You may get extra certifications, and sometimes that extra certification may be a master's with thesis or a master's without thesis. Either way, mine was with thesis, and that's why I'm sharing this journey. So the thing is this: at a point you may get stuck, maybe because you are saturated or you are just too busy, you have too many things doing at the same time. Some may be writing exams, some may be working. Either of it, whatever it is that is keeping you stuck, you need to find out about that. Before I continue, my name is Dr. Chigozie, and if you've not subscribed, just a way to encourage me on this work that I'm doing despite being busy, please subscribe to my channel, drop your comment, and invite your friends so that we can make this a community. Then I continue on what I'm saying. So find out exactly why you are stuck, because that is what is going to help you know how to navigate it. So you need to ask yourself a particular thing. Why are you stuck? I asked myself at one point, why am I really stuck? Because many people, once you start practicing in Canada, there is something that will tell you, okay, I think you may need more certifications. Some people may go for masters in epidemiology, some may go for MPH, some may go for applied health services, different masters depending on what you really want. But the truth is, if you're going to a thesis masters, there is a tendency that you will at one point or the other get stuck because of the workload. I got stuck at a point because I was doing too many things, and I could actually deduce that that was my problem when I sat myself down to ask myself, why are you stuck? Because I noticed I kept on writing and going back and forth and all that. But when I asked myself those questions, I noticed that I was exhausting myself. So I just told myself, you need to stop some things. I stopped social media. In fact, I had to deactivate my Facebook. I went into hiding to get rid of what was on my table, which was my thesis. So I faced it head on, and I was doing other things, taking care of my family, working. It was exhausting. But then when I began to reduce some of the things I had on my tray, it helped me to understand that I was actually overworking myself at a point. And that was what got me stuck, because trust me, at a point, your brain will just seize and be like, I need a break. And until you give it that break, you will notice that you will continue to go in circles. So these could be the reasons you are stuck. These are things I deduced from my own experience and the experiences of others. I had a friend that was in the pharmacy doing masters also, and when I asked her, are you stuck? She said, I've been stuck for over 3 months. So this is to tell you that it's not an individual thing, and it's not particular to just you or me. Anybody can be stuck. So the question you need to ask yourself are this: are you avoiding some parts of the thesis out of fear? It happened to some people. You may be avoiding the discussion part, the literature review part, because literature review is one of the things that take the most time. So you may be avoiding it, and that can get you stuck because you will move past it to the next stage if you've not done it. Then are you writing and rewriting some parts? I did this and I regretted it at a point, because I will finish writing. I will think, oh, there is something I've not written. I will go back, overhaul what I've written, then rearrange the literature that I used, then rearrange my references. I noticed I was just doing back and forth, and I was not making progress. Please don't do it. Once you have started, start. So just continue writing it till you finish. Then you can come back and review. That will help you to know that you're making progress instead of writing and rewriting. Then, are you just doing a literature review search and reading without writing? That's, you're just doing literature search, you will read through and you're not writing. Trust me, you will get exhausted at a point, because you may be able to review over 30, 50, 100 literature, but you've not written anything. By the time you are coming back to start writing, you may have missed most of the things that you read in the literature. So it's easier and better for you that once you're reading, be writing, even though it may not make sense that time. But by the time you're writing it and putting your references, when you're reviewing, going back to review, you will notice that, okay, I made mistake here. I need to restructure this sentence or change this word or do this. So that will help you not to plagiarize, because if you just do it and you're not writing anything, by the time you're coming back, you won't even know where the information that you have is coming from. But if you're writing as you're going, you'll be able to pull down your literature, I mean, your references when you are writing. That's another thing that can help you. Then, are you waiting for your supervisor's feedback? That is not forthcoming. The truth is, sometimes our supervisors are very, very busy, especially if you're in the faculty of medicine, which was where I was. So it's usually very, very difficult for them to do back and forth with you the way you want it. So most times I will advise people, or I advised myself, write as much as you can at once. Give it to them while they are reviewing it. Continue writing the other part, because these people are also working. They are busy doing other things. Some of them are also doing publication, doing research. You are just someone that they are supervising because they want to guide you through the journey. So when you're doing it, still make it easy for them, because at one point in your life, you may get to their stage where you become a supervisor to somebody, and you will need to make it easy for the person. So make it easy for them. They will also make it easy for you. I had a very good supervisor. So each time I send in my work very bulky, and he reviews it, he gives me his feedback, and I go and work on it. But because I was sending it in bulks, it's not something that we have to be doing every day. Sometimes we meet twice a week, sometimes we meet once a month. So it depends on what I've written over time. That was how our meeting was going. And that really helped me cover a lot in my thesis when I decided not to get myself stuck anymore, because I think I was overwhelmed at a point and that got me stuck. Then, if you're guilty of any of these, you need to stop now and get serious with your thesis, and that would help you to succeed. If you've not shared, please share, like, drop a comment, and let me know if you gained anything from this video. Enjoy your day.